Happy Sports Ball Day, people. For all you sports ballers out there. How many baskets are the Larks and the Lasers gonna make today? I bet a lot. So many baskets and point spreads. It's gonna be amazing. Can't wait to put on my shirt of with another man's name on it, who's like more physically fit than me and more capable, and then yell at him when he doesn't do good things or when he does the other good things. I want to be like, yeah, we are friends. Yes, you're doing that for me. It's important to me over here what you're doing out there with that ball. Can't wait. I do like chips and salsa though. I guess I should be looking at my live, huh? Yay, sports ball. Woo! What do you take? You take giant fingers, right? Or is it whistles? Or do you take little sports balls like the people have? I think that's what you do. Sports ball. Two people. Where are you? I'm waiting for you guys to show up in the chat. It's been a good week. It's been a good week. So many ideas in so little time. I might just turn this whole thing into a giant podcast. Since I started interviewing people, I'm so excited just to interview people that, yeah, I can't wait I just keep looking forward to the next one. Why isn't the chat coming up? Oh, there we are. Andy George, good morning. How are you? It is kind of early, huh? I'm trying to knock these things out a little bit earlier at a time. I plugged in. I'm on airplane mode. I think I'm squared away. Rooster. Rooster's in the house. Rooster. Great interview, by the way. Doomsday Girl rules. She does rule. Rooster. So Rooster has two popular movie references burned into my brain. One is Carol Burnett from Little Orphan Annie. I had like bright curly red hair when I was young, so people used to call me Little Red Annie, Little Orphan Annie, and it's very painful. And Strawberry Shortcake sometimes. And but in the movie Little Orphan Annie, Carol Burnett, who plays what is it, Mrs. Hathaway, Mrs. Cardigan, Mrs. something, Kerrigan, Mrs. Kerrigan. Yeah, thank you, Mrs. Kerrigan. Her brother, I think, was Rooster, and in that I can still hear it in my head. She's like, Rooster. And then the other one is one from one of my favorite movies, True Grit, not the old one, the updated one, where Rooster Cogburn. He's the main guy. Love, love, love that movie. Too thin, Rooster. Too thin. Girl Carpenter. What is up, Chica? How are you? Yeah, I'm super excited about the interviews. I think today, even though it's biggest sports ball day ever, I think today, me and my buddy, the AI engineer, are gonna sit down and talk. We already sat down face to face, but where we were, it wasn't conducive to recording. Candace Crow's in the house. What's up, man? Hannigan, yeah, Mrs. Hannigan. We love you, Mrs. Hannigan. Yeah, she's like, I had to go to the bathroom. I love that movie. I'm not a fan of musicals, but I'll watch Annie any chance I get. Yeah, but these interviews, and I'm telling you, give a thumbs up, y'all. Look at this guy. He's a flag man. Pumping me up. Yeah, me and that friend of mine hadn't talked in so long. We had so many updates, personal and professional, that it was like this rapid fire conversation for about an hour and a half, and we covered so much ground, so many topics, and he is so freaking smart. It's almost hard for me to talk to him because I have to keep pausing him. His brain, he's just, I don't think he has another person where he can kind of put that out there like that. And but it was so fast and it was so much and it was so deep. I had trouble keeping up. My brain, like my body was spinning afterwards. I was like, what? Trying to process what I just heard. Yeah, it's a brave new world in the next few years, that's for sure. I am excited and terrified all at the same time. I'm probably gonna do a video today about, although that last AI video of mine didn't do well, so I'm gonna try and connect what I've learned about AI to prepping and how it can benefit preppers who are willing to do it, willing to use it. It's such a powerful, it's scary powerful. It's scary. Oh, flag man, long time listener, first time chatter. Get some. I'll check you out. Welcome. Why is this your first time in the chat? I'm hoping the earlier time frame gets people an opportunity to get in here. Plus, it doesn't take away from my Sundays get packed very quickly, you know, with church and then my wife's her retail business and like, so it's challenging. Lot Shark, welcome. And Flagman, thank you very much for that $2. That's I'm grateful for that. Thank you. I'll take all I can get. Are those fixed blades knives? Asking for oh, Candace. Oh yes, you noticed those. Yeah. So I was thinking about doing a video on some fix. I did a video that's posted for subscribers on budget to banger. You know, like a $10 knife and a $200 knife. So this is kind of that same thing. This Flissa was sent to me a long time ago. I never really did a review on it, but it's a solid little knife. But same kind of concept, right? Cheap materials, but good design and good execution. And this one's kind of the same. This is a Izula 2 knockoff that I put some jimping on for like $30. And then of course you have this one from Kaiser that they sent me for like $60. And then of course that buddy of mine sent me this Montana Knife Company. This is like a $200 knife. So I plan on doing that same budget to banger video for fixed blades, like $10, $200. Is there $190 of difference, you know? So I'm getting into carrying fixed blades mainly because he wanted me to. He's like, dude, you have to start carrying that. So you have me on the hunt for thrifted shacket. That thing is legendary. I know. Check, this thing is never leaving my body. And you know what's great? It belonged to an older man who he's an old man, and I think the wife smoked, so it smells like old man and like faint cigarette. And at first I was like, oh, I gotta wash it, but now it's just like I may be addicted to nicotine. I love the smell. Maybe it's time for me to start smelling like old man. Stop trying to smell like a young man and just embrace it and be like, you know what? My cat, or my daughter's cat was, you hear that? I'm already calling it my cat. Dang it. But her cat was laying on it last night, so I had to pick cat hair up. So it's complete. My transformation is complete to old man. Mark's Adventure. Hey, what's up, bro? Yeah, we're doing great. Me and the fam are doing good, man. All about timing. I think more people can relate to you than the big channels, even though I only got one kid, about some timing. Father-in-law moving. Yeah. Yeah. What I was trying to do is get this. I'm gonna lose these little things. This came with the Montana Knife Company. It's like an ulti-clip, came with this little sheath for the, and this is a slick little sheath. I do like this thing. And I'm trying to move this to the Kaiser so I can start carrying the Kaiser, but the holes don't quite line up, so I'm gonna have to waller this out a little bit, like to get it to fit on the Kaiser. This thing is so flat though. Look at that. And my viewers actually told me that in the end there's tweezers and a toothpick, which I use quite a bit actually. So this might be a cool little carry knife. Knives are a must for prepping. I'm a fixed blade guy. So lots shark. You you might want to plug your ears. I was almost going to put out a video saying you don't need to carry a knife. 68%ers don't need to carry knives. Just more heresy for the community. I heard I was in the closet getting dressed this morning for this live just a few minutes ago, and I was listening to Trench Grenade yell at me about and he actually said maybe we should stop carrying 5.56 like for preppers and SHTF. 9 mil is the way to go, and I was like, man, the world has flipped. I went outside to see if hell had frozen over. Greetings from 8 degrees. Oh my gosh, Glenn, what are you doing? What are you doing to survive 8 degrees? Is that rare for New Jersey? I mean, I thought it gets cold there, but that single digit seems pretty low. Have you done any research on that group of old people with skills that we never heard of? Yes. Yes. The Grange. I looked up the Grange, and in my area, there's like 12 of these Granges. Now, so I went to the events page, and I don't know if the Grange is the group or if the Grange is the place. Like there's a building, like a VFW, I don't know, or if the Grange meets in a building. But there's a lot of them where I live, which is cool. And I went to their website for the events, so it's what you might expect. Like one of the events was square dancing. Now, I, I, I'm not a fan of. I don't square dance, right? But, if you want to be around people, but it's probably going to be an older crowd, some of the old skills. It seems like it's connected to agriculture. There's like some national Grange convention too. So it's a bigger deal. I just had never heard of a Grange. But it'd be cool if like a whole swath of, I'm not young, I'm 50, but a whole generation of younger people like if Gen Alpha suddenly like infused all the Granges again and reinvented them. That'd be pretty dope. Mark's Adventure, 10 degrees Celsius in the UK right now. The sun has shown itself. Can you convert that for me, Mark? Please? 10 degrees Celsius. That sounds cold, but I just don't know if it is. I have no idea. I would get anything for 8 degrees. Rooster says negative 29 Celsius here, 6 hours in north of Toronto. Holy crap. Warrior Poet, if you do a video on carrying a fixed blade, make sure you mention knife laws can be crazier than gun laws. That is so true. Warrior, that is so true. Knife laws are stupid. So here where I live, you can carry any size knife you want as long as it's not concealed. So there are homeless people who carry swords. Like they carry these giant like Book of Eli blades, like these chopping murderous machetes. And like, well, I had a guy come into my wife's store with like this 14-inch blade, and I happened to be open carrying at the time. So he came in and pretended to ask for a bathroom, turned around, saw me on the couch, and looked down at my gun. He's like, I'm good. And he left. I was like, pfft. I felt like Crocodile Dundee. I was like, that's not a knife. I was like, that's a knife. Mark's Adventure says, I've been out this morning checking the e-bike distance performance in low settings. Oh, in the cold, Mark? That's a good idea. Candace Crow says, I've never heard of them. The Granges. Sounds like even 40 or 50-year-olds could get some info. Yeah. Start of a mag recruiting. Yeah, just like young people with like beards and 5'11" gear start showing up. Yeah, Warrior Poet. So swords, no problem. 5-inch switchblade, totally illegal. Even like some of the laws are weird where it talks about like spring assisted versus, like the guy that sent me those knives, he sent me one that was a push button. And I feel like that was an automatic, but I think it's out the front is illegal, but a push button side actuated is not, or yeah. Lynn Thompson, boy, those are classics, Rooster. The old cold steel testing videos where he would, those were so funny. He would be like, he'd set an egg on a counter and he'd be like, and it'd be like slow motion with an axe, like, and he would blast through an egg, and then the egg would explode. And I was like, "What are we doing here?" Oh, those are so funny. I saw a compilation on YouTube of old Cold Steel commercials. I showed those to my wife, and she was like, "Can't anything break an egg?" I was like, "No, no, it can't. Only Cold Steel machetes can break through an egg." I remember there was a meme recently where a guy, like, he was flexing his bicep and he like smashed an egg, like my rock hard bicep made the egg explode, and then there was a teenage girl who followed up and she was like, Psh. She they're amazing. Have you ever considered using gun bluing on your hand tools instead of oil? Yes, sir. I blew. Pop. Yep. Yeah, like some of them have bluing already. It bluing works best when you get it down to bare steel. Like when I sandblast axe head, I will use bluing to put some protection. But most of the old ones, I kind of like the patina. And if I haven't stripped all of that off there, the bluing doesn't really do very much. So it works much better on like bare steel. Captain America, woohoo! My Tango Whiskey, great way to start the morning. Stay frosty. Cap, how are you? Ting oil is good for the wood handle. Yeah, I've heard that too. I just haven't found any. I think I'm addicted to the smell of boiled linseed oil. Yeah, look at that guy. It's good for sniffing. And then this is I'm almost out actually. I need to get, I in the military, I used to work in the body shop. So we would, in Alaska, this is in Fairbanks, Alaska, and the boards on the beds, like the big flat beds, would get chewed up over time and start to fall. So we had to replace those, and we would order the lumber, and the lumber would come in. What kind of lumber was it? Was it hickory? It was some sort of hardwood. Like it was serious lumber, some big long boards, and we would drill down through with the carriage bolts, and then we would have to coat all of the lumber with boiled linseed oil. We had like 5-gallon jugs of the stuff, so the smell stuck with me. And then when I first started painting, I used to do oil painting a little bit. I use this to like change the viscosity of the paint. I don't even know if it's the right thing to use, but that smell. So the smell has like emotional pathways in my brain already. So tongue oil, yeah, tongue oil. But I love boiled linseed oil. Just the smell of it is. Oh, I gotta press this thing or put a little screw in there, like a tension screw. That's too loose. Poorly executed. This one's fun to play with. This is tight. Tight fit. Hella Fat Devil. What's up, man? Congrats on the 25,000 subs. Looking good in the Pendleton. This is never leaving my body. Yeah, thank you. Hearts, lots and lots of hearts. What? So yeah, I'm on the verge of, I have a Discord created. I'm testing it. I sent it to a couple people. And I have a merch website. I just need to get the 68%er stickers up there. That's the most important thing, and I haven't done that yet because the buddy who created it, he's got to send me the file still. Interviews are coming. I have a new business partnership that I can't talk about yet, but I will talk about pretty soon, that I'm very, very excited about. So that's cool. Yeah, things are moving up, man. And I have two friends now who are way, way smarter than me. I need to talk about this. I've always heard that, like in leadership training, surround yourself with, people who are smarter than you. Don't ever be the smartest person in the room. And these two acquaintances of mine are just in brief conversations. It's it's wildly apparent when somebody is much smarter than you. Like when you're talking to them, you're like, wait, what's that word that you're using right there? What does that mean? Go back, go back, go back. I had to keep asking them to go back. Um, when if you're the smartest person in the room, you should leave. Yeah. Shop Smart says got a brand new Camelback from Goodwill for $5. What? Yeah, nice job. Love the last collaboration interview, heading in the right direction. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm excited about the collabs. I've got a list of people. A couple of them, timing's hard to get down, but um, yeah, there's even a couple. There's some that I've got coming up that probably aren't exactly preppers, that are prepper adjacent, but yeah, I'm excited. Warrior Port says knife and tool upkeep is a good topic. Just found a replacement pocket clip. Yeah, that's funny, Warrior Poet, you say that, because in the beginning when I first got into knives, I didn't have any way to sharpen them, so I would just buy a new knife when my knife got dull. And I was like, I have to get a sharpener. This is getting ridiculous. Serration sharpeners, yeah. Like my son's knife, I really don't have a way to do those serrations other than by hand, and that's dull as a spoon. Like I don't even know what he uses those for, but I want to sharpen those for him, but that's challenging. That's why I don't like serrations, but this thing is a beast. Candace Crow, Wasteland by Wednesday collab about making and finding a group. Oh, that's a good one. Let me, I'm gonna message Chris right after this so we can do a second collab. That's a good call, because we did talk about that, didn't we? And I feel like our first interview, I wanted to keep it kind of short, but also I feel like we just scratched the surface. So those are not serrations, those are suggestions. Warrior Poet, was that your comment on the video where I showed this? He's like, those are, yeah, it's just for looks. That's funny. Scottish Brapa, Scottish Brapa, Scottish Brapa. What's up, Scottish? How are you? Lots of sharks. Seems like your guest Doomsday Queen really opened your eyes about platforming. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna go the direction of streaming across platforms, like multiple. I don't think I will keep it up unless it's automatic. Warrior Poet, ribbed for your displeasure. Take that. Yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna do that. My demographic is 35 to 65, so Facebook is still probably the best if I was to do a second thing. And there are some people who do Facebook very successfully. I don't know how Facebook pays though. If I put content on here and it goes over to Facebook, I might do that if it was automatic. But my focus is going to be more like monetizing my audience and turning that into, classes and merch and so focusing on this. I don't want to spread myself too thin. I want to double down on what I've got going here. That's probably my best bet right now. Sale pack. New viewer from the mountains of West Virginia, escaped Nevada after COVID, wake up call, great content delivery, no fluff, just the facts. Thank you, Sale Pack, welcome. Scottish says, all good, mate, how are things? Things are great. Yeah, Scottish is on my list too. As soon as I find an app that can translate. I've been listening to your guys' thing. I still listen to them and I repeat everything you say. I just follow through and I repeat everything you say to try and get the accent down. I'm an empath by nature, so if I interview you, chances are I'm going to start sounding like you over the course of the hour. I came off of TikTok as I felt like a nonce. Yeah, kids platform. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about TikTok too. I have zero appeal for TikTok. Plus, Crystal was saying that, they changed their pay structure or something. So she told me something got 3 million views and she made $30. I was like, what? That would be frustrating for me. You get a fraction of a penny every time, Flagman, so done with Facebook. Didn't get the notification. Homestead Twins, what is up? I'll speak slower. Scottish. Scottish, what time of day, what day and time would work best for you? My evening's here, but I imagine that's way too late. So if it's early morning, I could do a weekday or a weekend. These early mornings work best for me because my family's still asleep, but Lots of Shark says facts. Still enjoying your videos with guests. I'm enjoying your beginning here. You're 100 real. That makes a difference. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Oh, cool. I caught a live. Good morning, Mike Tango Whiskey. Hey, Kilroy. So Scottish, you know what I love about you when you're doing your panels, you know, your group talks with the other preppers, like UK Prepper, you are the comedic relief, which when I'm in a room, like in a meeting, I am the comedic relief. Like I'm waiting for my, you know, to get a chance to make people laugh and like lighten the mood a little bit. And there's not enough of that in the prepping community. And I see you doing that in your show. And I really appreciate that. Uh-oh, is this thing already getting crooked? No. Natalie Hammer. What's up, Nat? Late as usual. You're not that late. We've only been on for like 20 minutes or something. Love the chat with Chris, by the way. You two are my go-to preppers. Thank you. Scottish has been married for 30 years. My humor is a cry for help. See, that's funny. That's hilarious. I think you and I would we could probably just spend an hour goofing off, just talking smack. I've only been married for 26 years, but I do have a lot of kids, so a sense of humor is mandatory. If I was serious all the time, I would lose my mind. Even at work, I love to laugh. People don't laugh enough. Preppers don't laugh enough. My timing is off. My wife just walked in as you said that. My wife says I'm not funny either. There's a video I put out a long time ago, I think right when I got monetized, right when I hit the partner program, and my thumbnail had me with like gangster glasses, and I was holding like $1 bills, and I showed that to my wife. She goes, "That's not funny." So I titled the thumbnail. My wife said this thumbnail is not funny. She still thinks it's dumb. I happen to think it's hilarious, which it is. In the future, a video about how to best involve the kiddos. Yes, that is on my list. Knowledge transfer to children. I just gave away another video idea. But there's no other prepper out there with 8 kids, so I think I got him beat on the topic. John Poole's in the house. What's up, man? Eight. Don't you have a TV? Yeah, we have TVs now, yeah. Hella Fat Devils. You're starting a 308? Yeah. There may come a time where I start doing firearm stuff, but it won't be like Grand Thumb at the range, you know? I'd have a whole new area of content. I could go for days and days on that. Only 1 out of 3 likes, so hit it. Oh, are you telling people to like? Thank you. A few more and you'll have a football team. Yeah, I'm not a sports baller, but I'm told that I already have a basketball team. Is that true? 5? Is it 5 for a basketball team? We also need to hear what you learned about suppressors. Yeah, but Warrior Poet's in the chat right now, so I can't confess that he was right. I can't do that. I'll have to wait till he's gone. I'll wait till a company sends me one for free, and then I'll be like, I actually have always loved suppressors. Scottish says it's 15:53, so whichever time it is on your side, anytime after this, any day is fine for me. Okay. So it's like 4 o'clock your time, Scottish. So it's 8 o'clock my time, so add 8. Scottish Prepper plus 8. Thank you, because I would never look it up and do that math. I would just hope you were awake. Plus 8 hours. Hey, Scout. Scout's in the house. What's up? Warrior Poet, I replied to that one, by the way. I did see that. Yeah, thank you. Just so you know, Warrior Poet, that's probably the longest response that I've ever posted in a comment. Because there's so many comments, I'm just like, great, awesome, yep, thanks. Great, you know, I try and make it quick just to make it so I can respond to every comment. At least I try and at least like every comment, respond to most comments. But yeah, I went down the rabbit hole with that one. And aside from Chris asked me to do a long response one time, so like hours researching to respond to a comment. Yeah, don't expect that again, man. Appreciate the long-windedness. Yeah. A lot of those one-word comments are just people trying to help you in the algorithm. Yeah, no, I get that. But like from my side, like I have 30 minutes in the morning when I ride to work on the bus that I try and respond to all the previous night's comments. So it's not really possible for me to do a whole bunch in there unless it's gonna make it into the HFR, and then I'll try and respond with more. But I try and acknowledge everybody's comment that goes in there, but it's hard. There's a lot. I'm just gonna keep switching between knives as I fondle them. Scottish says, I tend to do most stuff on power systems, to be honest. That and dodging death threats and trolls. YouTube, the gift that keeps on giving. Do you get death threats, Scottish? I had one guy kind of borderline threaten me, and that's all I've gotten so far. Sometimes some people post some spicy things in the comments that I'm like, and I don't moderate them, so. But I tend not to repeat them or respond to them. Some of the things people post, I won't give a thumbs up just because it's like somebody's gonna see that someday and be like, why do you support that? Yeah. You get death threats? What? Why would anybody want to kill you? You're so funny. My live will get flagged for that probably, right? You talked about death. Trolls. I just subscribed to Scottish. I'll keep it civil when I'm over there. Yeah, thank you. Warrior says, I only comment on channels that acknowledge reply, long or short. If they're not engaging, it's a waste of my time. Yeah, I feel like when a channel grows at some point, they have to do that, or they must hire people, right? They must hire people to respond to comments or use some sort of software, maybe. You know you've made it when threats start coming. I guess. Yeah, why would you threaten another prepper? Like, that can't end good. Natalie, could be bots. I don't know. I don't know how to recognize bots yet. Although I think I did yesterday, like in the HFR, where the name is really funny and the verbiage is weird, you know? But eventually you won't be able to tell. Even if I'm right and assuming you can tell right now, soon you won't be able to tell. That's for sure. Especially with the typed word, it's gonna be impossible. We're not gonna know what's real. Kilroy followed you, Scottish, but it's not a threat. He's looking forward to your opinion. Yeah, how do I tell? Does anybody know how would I know if it's a bot response? I feel like the positive generic ones would be a way. Hey, great video, but I don't really see many of those. I feel like the bots are probably getting much, much better. Warrior got death threats when he was 19 working in an auto parts store. What? Scottish prepper swears a little often. Is a good giveaway. Adverb, noun, hashtag is a good giveaway. It's a bot. Okay. Here's what we can do during this time. We can decide what I'm going to give away. I haven't even done my giveaway yet. So definitely this, definitely that, and probably this. I say probably because it's so precious, but I might give this away just because it's brand new. And the idea, like, I drink out of used water bottles, but a lot of people are grossed out by that. So this one's brand new. So what else should I put in this bag to give away? So a brand new Nalgene, this, and the giveaway video will have to be a pseudo review of this bag because they sent it to me and I haven't done anything with it. So other than smell it. But I'll fill it with stuff, but I'll kind of review it in the process and then do the giveaway. But what else should I put in here? As far as AI's Chris video, really good point. I did not know that was AI at first. I know, it's pretty good. But it could not tell until it went back and forth, yeah. Give away a compass. I already told you, backpack, pee bottle, asbestos shovel, and a ballot. I might include a voting ballot. That would be funny. Bag is too small. It is small. This is like a day pack or, some sort of like kit bag or something. Like an EDC backpack is probably too small, but Knife Junkie here does live streaming, and he's got a buddy that posts comments up on the screen for him to comment on. Oh, like, yeah, there's software that does that, and I do have StreamYard now. I might be able to do that with StreamYard, but put a mouse trap, make it exciting. So they reach down in here and it's oh my gosh. Maybe you and I shouldn't talk. We might end up in trouble. Good size for a PDW. Yeah, knife, flashlight. Gnostic's in the house. What's up, Gnostic? How about a mask? Try to avoid being tracked. Yeah. Yeah, maybe the basics, right? Maybe a knife. Now you guys are seeing me try to decide what to depart with. I was like, I don't know if I can depart with any of this. Maybe a flashlight and a knife or something. Yeah. That's a good way to go. Like a basic EDC set. That might not be a bad idea. This is a good match though too. Like this little pouch. These two go together well, but I have my lockpick kit in here. Compass, yeah, somebody said compass. Too small for a PDW as well. At least anyone that is useful. Yeah, it'd be hard to get it out of there in an emergency. You couldn't have the magazine in there unless you had like a 20 rounder probably. A small basic EDC kit, yeah. EDC laptop bag, barely room for sure. My laptop would fit in there. I've got a 14-inch laptop. I've got a small one. What else can I test in there? Get an AR, be like, compass. I was surprised you started with the bottle. Are you feeling okay? Well, it's brand new. Like if I'm gonna give away a bottle, I don't want to give away this one, but it's the right thing to do because somebody else will be like, "Oh, he drank out of this? That's gross." How do I know somebody didn't pee in it? Which happens apparently. Get one of those Turk SP5 clones and drop in a super safety. A couple of 1-ounce silver coins. Coins, not blanks. People know they should be genuine. Is giving away a water bottle a sign that, and Mike Tango Whiskey's gone full AI. Give away a compass. It'll have to be a new one. I've got so many useless compasses. The giveaway video, I'll probably shoot it today. But then I can't just shoot it, right? I have to do it. Yeah, I got to figure out. It's been a while since I've done it. Like I have to do the random generator thing, so I'll figure that out. I'll try and figure it out today. Evil Girl's in the house. What's up? You guys want to hear something funny? So can I even tell this story? My son said he didn't want me doing a video on it. So I had to, I'll say this. In the wee hours of the early morning, one day last week, I had to break into a house. someone had locked themselves out. Friend of one of my children, and I showed up over there uh, to get inside, and because I could pick locks, and he goes, he said, "Can you pick the lock?" And picking the lock is always kind of the last option because it takes so long and it's so tedious. Remember, if you watched any of my bypass, I'm more of a fan of bypassing. So I thought to myself, well, let me try and bypass. I mean, I can pick, but it's just that's more tedious. So I asked first. I said, "Did you check all the windows?" So yeah, I checked all the windows, and then we looked at the doors. One door had a little bit more play. So no, because it was Traveler's hook wouldn't have worked because they were inward facing. And you can't get the hook in there. So you see this? This is from a 5-gallon jug of cooking oil. It's like milk carton, but it's thicker. It's probably 2 or 3 mils. So I pulled this out and just kind of wiggled it in the latch like this, and I felt the latch move back in 4 seconds. 4 seconds. No cops, thankfully. I had already planned it out. Like, I looked at my schedule for the day, my meetings for the day at work, and had a text prepared for my boss. Be like, "Hey, boss, I've been detained breaking into someone's house." So, but I was asked not to put that on video. It would have made it such great content, but I respected the guy's wishes. So I was so bummed. I was like, "Urgh." My wife said, "Just do it on our door." I was like, "No, if you pretend, they'll smell it. People will know that you're pretending." I've even been accused of that on the videos I have put up of me using the stuff to get in. People are like, "Oh, nice setup." I was like, "It's not a setup, dude. I got locked out." Shims are the best, yeah. You either have to have a code word that everyone posts on the giveaway video and tally up those comments, or do it live and do the same in the live chat using a randomizer. Watch Alaska Prepper. Okay. This is your key. This is your mic. He talks about locks and bypass techniques. He has so much valuable content. Check it out. This is your key. Your key is my key. Your key. What? Is that a channel? Your key is my key. Scottish Prepper. Boy, you are. 4 seconds. Every good thing only takes 4 seconds. That's what I tell my wife. You gotta up your game, Scottish. You gotta get in shape, my friend. Does it on camera all the time. Deviant Olem. I think I've seen Deviant Olem. Fear not. You can be disappointed a half hour from now or 10 seconds from now. It's your call. Yeah. Have you tried to set up the new mic yet? I have. So I plug it in my computer and I get just once. So I haven't gone too far, but I wasn't using the instructions. So I can't hear, but there is a headphone jack on the bottom of this. So it looks cool. So I might just leave it out so people think I'm using it when it's not actually on. But I'm going to use this too, probably for. But I have a pretty good set of headphones for the interview that I think work better. So. Lockpicking lawyer. Yeah, he's great. Yeah. Round is a shape. Round is a shape. He opened the door with whiskey. Lockpicking lawyer can just look at it and it opens. Yeah, he's great. Some new company comes out with this unbeatable lock and he's like, "Okay, let's take a look." And it's done. Check your sound inputs. So what's going on is your PC can only have one active device at a time. It's your sound options. Okay. Deviant Olem. Deviant Olem. Plus 8 hours. Okay. The Way of the Panda eats, shoots, and leaves. Get to the bottom. There we go. Pepsi instead of blood. Yeah. There's something to be said. You know, those shows alone, like the survival shows, the people who were heftier going into it seem to last a little bit longer. This is still my phone. The new camera never came, so I don't know. The guy said it got delayed by the weather, but I haven't seen it, so kind of bummed about that. I may have to end up buying one. Calories as your EDC. That's not a bad way to go. Store your food on you. Yeah, why carry a backpack when you can just carry it on your on your belt? Suspenders. Oh shoot. This is a nice little knife, man. I don't know if I can get these tools out though. That's pretty cool. I can barely see those things. A prepper camel. Yeah, you carry all your calories in your hump. Oh, that's funny. Do I have any water? Thirsting to death out here. David Gadice. What's up, Dave? When food does run out, those with stored calories on the body will take longer to wither away, but you have muscle under the fat. Yeah. Civvy Preps in the house. What is up, my friend? Did you ever get your land? I'm in the process of going official. Like LLC and a bunch of other stuff. I got to get a business account, and that's the boring part of all this, you know. Although if I want it to be income, I got to do it. David Gadice says lupus hit me hard last week. That sucks, brother. Evil Girl says, if you're heavier, you're harder to kidnap. That is true. Depends if it's pre-collapse or post-collapse. You guys hear about that reporter's mom getting kidnapped? That's crazy. Somebody told me that Guthrie, the reporter, had done some reporting, interviewed some people about the Epstein files, and that they kidnapped her mom to keep her quiet. I was like, what? I hadn't heard that. It wouldn't surprise me, though. Civvy Prep, we're still negotiating price on the land. Should be under contract this week, and then closes mid-March. Nice. Are you just going to go and like camp there the day that it closes? Just sleep on the land? It's a nice little knife. It's got some good... See that too? It's got jimping on the end to use it like a... It's well thought out. Can I get in trouble for showing this on a live? They're like, you showed weapons. Vodka is also a medical disinfectant. Well, yeah, I guess so. Huh? Civvy Prep's going to sleep in the bed of his truck the day it closes. Yeah, I'd go camping on it, man. Scottish Prepper says land is crazy expensive in the UK. It's like 30 grand for 3 acres. That's like where I'm at. 5 acres can cost 100 grand. That's kind. I know all land is expensive now. It's true, but what kind of knife is that? This is who sent me this? Kaiser. Kaiser sent me this. It's the Drop Bear. It's pretty cool. I need to get a clip situated on it, but it's just a little guy. It's not even that, not that big. Super thin. But in the handle, I just learned this. It's got tweezers and a toothpick in the back, so that's kind of cool. Nice jimping. I got to do a review of this, and they sent me a pocket knife too. It's a pretty cool little knife. I like Kaiser. It's a good brand. They've come up quite a bit. Yeah, David says more expensive in the USA. 10 acres for 300K. Kind of depends on where it's at, but like wooded acreage, like undeveloped land, 5 acres, easily 100 grand. Where I'm at in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, it's expensive here. You start talking like lakefront or cleared or water next to a stream and stuff, 150 grand. Put a house on it, then it's 400 grand. Mark says that's not a knife. Yeah, this is not a knife. That's for sure. You ever added serrations to a knife that didn't come with them? That's my next project. I've started doing research. Not serrations, just jimping. I do like adding jimping to knives with a file. So I added those because this one didn't come with one. And plus, this is a pretty cheap knife, so I wasn't worried about like carving into it. It's not perfect, the jimping on it, but it's pretty solid. Dang, where I'm at, you can get a nice 40-acre plot for over 100K. Homestead, where are you at? Tennessee or something like? Yeah, I've heard that. Affordability, I may have to move out east. Scottish Prepper says 40 miles from me, you can get a farm with house and outbuildings on 40 acres for 400 grand. Pfft. Upper Peninsula of the UP, Michigan. All right, evil girl. I'll see you later. The more land, the more difficult it is to maintain the perimeter. Would love to see some content about that. I need some land. I hear you. But yeah, in my mind, like where I'm at, I used to think I needed 20 acres or 10 acres. Now I just feel like I need land next to public land, next to BLM or to National Forest or to something like that. So I have access to all that other land. And that'll bring the price way down. So 1, 2, 5 acres, I'd be fine with that as long as it had water, no neighbors, and close to public land. Those are kind of my standards, but we're gonna start looking next year. We have some debt to pay off, and then we'll be, yeah, cheap land in bulk with good gun laws. Gnostic says that's why I was looking at West Virginia. Yeah, that's true. Civi Prep says, will I be more likely to find a wife in the city or in a small town? I don't know, dude. I didn't have to find a wife. A wife found me in the military. I don't know where to find women. That's not, I don't, can someone else answer his question? Oh, maybe get a job somewhere. What career fields, like teaching or like nursing or something? Take some nursing classes. I found a wife in the city and brought her to the country. Maybe a country girl already would have, be okay with that instead of trying to transplant her. Civi Prep says, I saw a barren 100 acres for 100K. You know what else I saw? A ginger and a pimp, a rare combo. Yeah. I was just thinking that. I was like, yeah. Like I've seen mining claims where you don't technically own the land, but you have access to the land for like 100 years. That may not be a bad option. Like, do you have to own it? As long as you have rights to it, like legally. And if it was total collapse, I'm not sure that stuff will even matter. That's the kind of stuff me and Chris have been talking about. Scottish Prepper, if you find her in the boot of a car, your dating game has issues. Yeah. Turtle 2 says, tough to find a woman when I don't leave the house. That's true. That is true. Just do a bunch of DoorDash and see what you get. Yeah, that's creepy too. Actually, don't do that at all. That's a terrible idea. See, this is why I shouldn't be giving dating advice. Order DoorDash and say, you're kind of beautiful. Would you like to come inside? Like, I would not. And then they call the cops. Mineral rights, not a big problem. I think Alaska will still give away land for free if you plan to develop infrastructure. Really? I was in Alaska for a while. I don't know if they give away land. Stuff was expensive up there 20 years ago. Yeah, Turtle 2 says, So since you have to pay taxes or the government takes it away, you're kind of leasing it anyway. Yeah, right. Like the idea of ownership, is it even a reality? It feels like in hard, like think about what's that law, eminent domain, where if they decide that they should have it, they just take it from you. So maybe squatting is the answer, you know? I do that at work. My work keeps me pretty mobile. I have to meet with a lot of different departments, and I'm almost completely mobile. I'm hardly ever in my office. Like I'm all over the place on the property, like setting up in conference rooms and other people's empty offices. And squatting is kind of it's kind of cool. It might be an advantage when you think about gaining access to property or to buildings and stuff like that post collapse, of course. Since you have to pay, you have to join the military so a wife can find me. No, don't join the military. Yeah, that's a plan D. Yeah, ownership only applies to things you're willing to fight and die over owning. Yeah, right. You're like, I own this, and then someone bigger and badder and more well equipped says, "Oh, that's mine now." You're like, "Okay, thanks. Here it is." Like a wallet. Like this is my wallet. Like, oh, here you go. Stop looking, and you will find it. That's not bad advice, Civi Prep. Once you decide, you know what, I'm just going to focus on my land and not look for a girl, that's when you'll find a girl. That's a woman. That's probably how it. That's probably how it'll work, for sure. Are you guys talking about someone in D.C.? Is that a politician that got caught on camera doing something stupid? So I think today I have two things scheduled. I have an interview with my buddy today, the machine learning genius. It's gonna blow your mind. And I'm probably gonna do a live. My goal is gonna be to do a live later today for this bag. So I will kind of build it out over today, like figure out what I'm gonna put inside of it, and then try and do um, a giveaway today. Since I hit 20, I have to do it today because if I don't do it today, it's gonna wait a week, and then that'll be too late. So Civi Prep says, just focus on building a homestead, and a Ukrainian prepper wife will stumble upon me. Yeah, you reach out to Wyoming. Maybe his wife, has a cousin or something. He has a Ukrainian prepper wife. She's LDS. You may have to convert. I think Catholics and LDS make you convert if you're going to marry one. Colin Miller's in the house. What's up, Colin? I think I'm going to jump off, everybody. I got to get my morning started, get my family together for church. I appreciate you all. So again, expect a hopefully the live later today. Hopefully I can do that. I'll figure out how that's supposed to happen. Fill that backpack and then give it away. I appreciate you all. I hope you guys have a great day. And yeah, if you're a sports baller, go sports ball team. I hope you're wearing a shirt with some dude's name on it. John Poole says, bless tall. I think you mean bless all. Yeah. Hey, Z-Man, Z-Man, man, you just like show up and give me money. What time will the live giveaway be? Probably 4-ish Eastern. No, 4-ish Pacific, somewhere in that range, 4 or 5 o'clock. So boycott the halftime show. this is this is why. Yeah, I'm sure we're spun. I boycott all sports ball. Right after kickoff, the Super Bowl. Yeah. Oh, is that right after kickoff? Yeah, I want to test all the people who aren't sports ballers. Be like, you want this bag? You got to stop watching sports ball. I do enjoy the dip, and all that stuff, though. Yeah. Go sports ball. No sports ball here. That's right. I don't want to judge anybody, but yeah, video games and sports ball. I'm like, superb owl. Superb owl. That sounds like a Gnostic reference there, Gnostic Nomad. All right, everybody, we're right at 60 minutes. I'm going to jump off. I wish you all the best, and hopefully I'll see you all, or some of you, later today. I'm all clear. Awkwardly end, push button. Okay, end.